We've got Michelle Todd here today, who is here to tell us the story of her family's involvement with the Kalamunda Rugby Union, Kalamunda District's Rugby Union Club, and she has quite a story to tell. Michelle, if you could just start from the beginning.
All right,
Thanks.
from the beginning. So I'm an Auckland girl originally, and I had never seen a game of rugby in my life. And I'd been living in Australia for quite some time, and in 1980, a couple of my girlfriends invited me down to Kalamunda Rugby Club to watch a game. And there I met this young man called Andrew Todd, and we became a thing. And in 1981, February 1981, we got married, and rugby became a part of my life. So my husband was very much involved with the club, loved the game of rugby, and so I became a rugby widow and met some fabulous people.
And he was also a Kiwi, was he?
No.
Oh, no?
No,
Okay.
Andrew was British, but he had come over here in 1960 with his parents, immigrated from England, and he went to Kalamunda High School, and John Suckling seconded him into playing rugby, and because he was a big guy, he was a prop, and our life, once we got married, our life kind of revolved around the rugby club, socially, and of course on game day. And we did all sorts of wonderful things, car rallies and cocktail nights and all sorts of things like that. Andrew was president, and he was also very into recruiting players from New Zealand, and he was heavily involved with organising cars and employment and homes for them to live in.
So just given the fact that he was involved with John Suckling, because of course John Suckling was a teacher at Kalamunda High School, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
And so was he one of the foundation members, your husband?
Yes, so Andrew was playing with Western Suburbs, and when they started the club here, he came over from Wests, and he was a foundation member with West, from West to Australia. Scrap that, Michelle. So he became a foundation member of Kalamunda Club.
So he was playing here from year one,
Yes,
pretty much.
and in those days it was Southern Suburbs,
That's right.
Kalamunda Districts. Yes, Rugby Union Club.
And how long did he play for?
I don't know, a long time, till he was about 40.
Okay.
Yes.
And he started playing here when he was a teenager, was he?
Yeah, yeah.
In the juniors, I gather, at the beginning.
Well, I'm not sure, you'll have to ask him. He was a young man, I think he was an older teenager. I can't remember what year they started here, so if I knew the year that they had started the club, I would know how old he was, but I can't remember what year that was.
Okay.
Yes, sorry about that.
That's right. So he played till he was about 40, and what happened, when he got to 40?
Well, he was very involved with the club as in management and making sure that, it was run well, and he was a true club man. He loved the club. I said to him one day, I think you love that club more than you love me, and he said, yeah, I think I do. Not true, but he did love the club, and he spent many hours. In fact, as he got older and he couldn't play rugby, he was more interested in golf, but he would leave the golf club on a Thursday afternoon and he'd come here and watch the boys training.
Okay.
And he would go to the matches all over Perth, and we also loved the juniors. We used to go to Britannia Park in those days and watch the juniors. So two of my sons played rugby, Adam and Joshua, and yes, they became very involved. And then Adam married and his life changed and he went down south to live. And Joshua was involved in the club up until just recently.
Until last year, he was still playing?
He played last year.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Excellent.
Yes.
So a hell of a tradition, and all the generations. And any grandchildren here yet, or?
We have a little 2-month-old baby boy.
Okay.
So I'm sure his father will encourage him to put the boots on, and he has lots of boy cousins. He has 4 boy cousins who are interested in rugby. Their fathers are very interested in rugby. One of them's already playing in the juniors, in the babies.
Okay.
So yes, I'm sure Todd will be a name one of these days.
So the Todd name lives on.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
great.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yourself, what involvement did you have other than just being the person who was tagging along or waiting home? Did you ever play yourself, or were you involved in the club?
I am not a sports person at all. I don't play sports. I'm a singer, but not a player. But I did the canteen and did social stuff and ran up and down the sidelines and shouting for the team. Yeah, I'm a very enthusiastic supporter.
So you've yourself been coming here now for 40 years or so, is it?
Since 1981.
Yeah. So what's that, 43 years? Okay, so you're almost a foundation member yourself.
Yes, well, you could say that.
Excellent. Yeah. So 50 years down the track, and you were just here on the weekend at a sponsor. So your involvement now is still, I think, a legacy that your family has had for some time now in regard to sponsorship.
Yes, our company sponsors the club. I'm very happy to do so.
Okay, what company is that?
Todd's Auctions.
Okay.
Yeah, so we sponsor, and so I'm happy to do that. And long live the club. Yeah. And
what's your feeling and amongst the family in relation to the club, turning 50?
Oh, well, that's massive. That's a huge... In 1980, I didn't think that I'd be here at the 50-year anniversary. That wasn't in my scope. And I wonder about Andrew, what his thoughts would have been. I'm sure he would have been... I think he would have been thrilled. And the night that we had at Crown to celebrate that was a wonderful night. It was a fantastic celebration, and I'm very disappointed that he wasn't here to share that because of being involved so heavily in the club.
Yep.
Yeah, so that I feel disappointed about that for him. His death was premature, and but the Todds, as I said, my son's played, and hopefully our grandson will play and represent the club as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
The DNA lives on.
Yes. Yeah, I like to think so.
Excellent. And Michelle, what do you have to say, about the future of the club? What's your feeling, for how the club can go from here on in?
I think it's wonderful to see so many juniors. There's a massive junior involvement down here, and to have so many parents involved as well with running the juniors. That's what we have to concentrate on, so that the younger generation come through and we become a club not only with longevity but lots of blood, and generations. When we had the opening of the new building over there, Ken Wyatt was here, and he was talking about the Aboriginal people who lived on this land. And I said to him, you'd be really happy to know that there are 3 generations of families who are in this club. And that to me that's wonderful, to have 3 generations, and maybe 4 going on, of people who are involved with this club and have this wonderful pride to be a part of Kalamunda. And sadly, rugby isn't as popular as AFL, but the more people who are involved in it, the more families who become involved in it, the bigger it will become. And we need that in WA. There's a lot of New Zealand people here and a lot of island people here who play rugby. And it's so good that they're here and they can promote the game and encourage their young people to carry on with it.
Well, certainly most of the people I've interviewed have been New Zealanders.
Yeah.
And they predominate in the club.
Well,
Yeah.
rugby, I wasn't, but some people are born with rugby in their blood. I'm probably one of the few people that weren't, but that's okay.
Yep.
I knew about rugby. Interestingly, when I was living in Auckland and I was a young teen or an 18-year-old, I worked in the National Bank, and a girlfriend said to me, "Michelle, why don't you come to the DB Tavern and have a drink after work tonight?" And I said, "Oh, okay." So I walked into the pub, and there were a whole lot of men in the pub. And unbeknownst to me, because I didn't know anything about rugby, it was the England team. John Bevan and all those people from that team, and I had no idea who I was talking to, not a clue. And many years later, I met John Bevan's sister here in Auckland, and it was interesting. She couldn't believe that I was an Auckland girl living in Perth, and I sat next to her brother and spoken to him. What did I know? I knew nothing.
Rugby's a small world if you're in it, I suppose.
Well, I mean, it's huge in New Zealand, and I just wasn't a part of that world.
Which is a rarity in New Zealand.
It is, very much so. Yeah.
Well, Michelle, look, it's been great talking to you today, and thank you for sitting down and having a chat to us about your experience and involvement with the Kalamunda Bulls Rugby Club over the 50-year duration almost.
Yeah, who can believe it? 50 years.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.